welcome to Bowls 360. This morning, with no Premier League over the weekend, we're going to have a quick look at the one game that was played, plus also do some sort of predictor going forward for the last 4 games of the year. I'm not even going to pretend to profess I know enough about white or the blues to do a predictor, but my white guy's done a predictor. We did receive an email during the week from Blue North about their predicted ladder at the end of the year. Feel free to do your own, have a look and see how you go. But let's quickly look at the Premier League results from the weekend, and we'll do our predictions. Yes, Friday night was a bit of a demolition job by South Perth over Manning there. 43 shots, 8-0. Exceptionally good result for South Perth, and we see the ladder. That's pushed them up into second spot now from Bassendean in third. They both jumped 2 places on the ladder with their wins in round 13 or 14. Cambridge dropped back a spot despite their win, but with Bassendean and South Perth getting the big 8s that jumped over them. Osborne Park just maintaining their slow growth up the ladder up to 5th, and Manning with those 0 points has dropped from 2nd to 4th, but they're only 5 points away from 2nd, so there's still going to be a lot of turbulence in that middle 2nd to 6th section of the ladder. W maintains 7th. Sorrento and Cardinia swap spots, and Safety Bay bring up the bottom. A quick look at the skippers. Daniel Torella maintains his top spot as we discussed last week. The one change there was Justin Opie going in front of Warren Hall. They played each other in the matchup that we were all looking for. Justin Opie winning that by a big margin, and he's leapfrogged him into 4th spot. Warren Holt in 5th. Jack Easton, Anthony Williams on 9 wins. Right, let's look at our predictor. Let's see what I have come up, my crystal ball gazing. Let's see what I can find. Matt Lawley, well, we know their top spot is assured, but I've got them winning 2 of the next 4. I've got them losing to South Perth and Cambridge, and I'll probably talk about why I've done that when I go through their ladders. But for the time being, Matt Lawley winning 2 more games, finished with 19 more points to what they've got. South Perth, their home record at the moment is 7-0, and their away record is 1-6. So I've got them winning their 2 home games left and losing their 2 away games, and I've really only based that on their record to date. Their key game for me is their last game against Cardinia, and that may sound a bit odd being 2nd versus 9th, but Cardinia can be tough to beat at home. They didn't have a good home game last time, so that looms to me as a pretty critical game for South Perth. If they can get the job done there, as well as their 2 home wins against Matt Lawley and Bassendean, I would think they'll finish 2nd based on that. The 3rd place team in the moment, Bassendean, their home and away record is okay, but I've got them losing those 2 away games to Matt Lawley and South Perth, winning the home game against Sorrento, that last game against Osborne Park. That may well decide 4th position on the ladder. Osborne Park are one of those teams that are chasing that final 4 spots, so that could be a real crunch game for Bassendean. If they want to play finals, that'll be the game they'll have to win. If they can sneak more rink wins against Matt Lawley and South Perth, that won't do them any harm at all. The 4th place, Cambridge, as I mentioned, they've got a home ground record of 7-0, but an away record of 1-6. So I've got them winning their home games, losing their away games. I've picked Doubleview as their crunch game. Doubleview is sitting in 7th with nothing really to play for. They'll probably stay in the Premier League this year without playing finals or demoted. So if Cambridge are able to win that game, that could push them a bit higher up the ladder and will assure them of playing finals. Osborne Park, a little bit the same. Aussie Park are in some good form at the moment, so you'd think Aussie Park could win that game. But Doubleview, they've been a bit hit and miss, certainly better in the second half of the year, so that is a big game for Cambridge. 5th place, Osborne Park. I've got them flying home, beating Cambridge, Safety Bay and Sorrento, and losing that final game against Bassendean. If they win that game against Bassendean, they could well finish 2nd, winning their last 4 games. Their big game for me, though, is that away fixture against Safety Bay. can be tough down there. We've seen teams win down there and good teams lose down there. So if they can win that, then Aussie Park, I think, will play finals. That to me is their big game against Safety Bay. The sixth place Manning don't have to do too much more to get into the finals. I've got them winning both their home games at Cardi and Safety Bay. They've got a pretty good run home, really, haven't they? That last game there against Sorrento, if they can travel to Sorrento and win, then that will do their finals chances no harm at all. So that looms as their big game. I've got them losing away to Cambridge, but winning 3 of the last 4. That probably, if they do that, that will get them into the 4. The 7th place Doubleview, as I said, they're in a bit of a flux in between. I've got them winning both their home games against the 2 sides that aren't very good playing away. So let's pick Doubleview to win there against South Perth and Cambridge, and losing those 2 away games, albeit against the bottom 2 teams at the moment, but I've got them slight losers against Cardi and Safety Bay. If they can travel to Safety Bay and win that, then they might be an outside chance. Instead of they win both of those games against Cardi and Safety Bay, if they can finish the year with 4 wins, that might get them, that might sneak them in the 4th place. But lose any of those 2 games, really they've got to win their last 4. They lose 1 game and they're out of finals. 8th place Sorrento, they're in a battle with Cardinia for that final demotion spot. I haven't got their run home as being very good. They should win at home against Safety Bay, but I've got them losing their last 3. 2 away games against Baston and Osborne Park, both teams looking for final spot. But that home game against Manning at the end, if they can win that at home against Manning, that probably will keep their Premier League spot for next season. The 9th place Cardinia, they've sort of fallen away a bit in the last few weeks. I've got them losing their next 3 against Manning, Cambridge and Matt Lawley. And their last game against South Perth, what a horror draw for them. All 4 of those sides are in the top 6 and looking for final spots. Matt Lawley and South Perth, as we know, are top 2. So if they want to give themselves any chance of staying in the Premier League, that last game against South Perth is probably their most winnable. Certainly if they can pinch a few more rinks in though. I've only got them winning 2 rinks for the next 3 games. If they can certainly get 3 or 4 rink wins even, and then winning that last game, depending on what Sorrento does of course, but that will give them every chance of staying in the Premier League. Finally we have Safety Bay, who I suspect will be getting demoted. I think it's going to be too hard for them to climb out and finish 8th, even if they win all 4 games, but I've got them losing 3 of them and winning that last game against Doubleview in probably a nothing match. So my ladder, Matt Lawley will finish on top. I've got Osborne Park finishing 2nd, Manning in 3rd, South Perth in 4th. Just missing out will be Bassendean and Cambridge. As I mentioned during my call there, rink wins, as you can see with those points, are going to be so critical. So even if teams are travelling to a tough game, just winning that extra rink could be the difference between them making the 4 and not making the 4. They trip up at any stage on those expected wins, then they will be out of finals races. But all top 6 teams are safe from demotion, no problems there. Oops. And finally we look at, we sort of touch on Country Week. That is being played at the moment. Last Friday was singles, Saturday pairs, Sunday, and today on the date of release, Monday, are the 4s. I was going to go through the winners, but let's have a quick look at the there's all the single winners so far. They've had 2 knockout games already. Well, some of them have. And there's still a stack load there. So it'll be another 20-minute video if I go through more of the Country Pairs winners. So I'll be back on Friday. We'll go through more of the Country Week on Friday. There's, if anyone's interested, hello. There's the pairs winners there. Club and Skipper. And another group there. So there are stacks still left going around. The knockout games start tomorrow, the Tuesday, and then we'll get more of an idea as to what's going on at the end of the week. Alright everyone, thank you again for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.